Hey, this that Eastside Johnny Big Redemption like. Know what I'm talking about?
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Brooklyn Bulls. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Wilkins. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Stafford now to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to go for a big play down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Finding room inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, Red. Mike's 50.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Coverage that time by Aaron Colvin.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Devontae Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And that's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
21. Set. Blue 60.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Set. 180. Hey, tag 50 left.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Pushing through the contact. And he's got him in. Corey Davis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gun, 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 gun.
They'll look to throw. Able to get away. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Looking to throw. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Over, 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 over.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. A good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Brooklyn football as we get going in quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
On the ball, That gives me radar. Hey, set! Yellow 20! White.
Operating from the gun. Stafford, he's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And this will get him all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. He's got room to run past the 20. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. 30. Past the 20. A big run there by Freeman. 81 yards. And the elder statesman with a big run. He's hit that dreaded 3-0. He still can churn it.
I love the way you treat him with respect.
Respect.
Elder statesman. You didn't just call him an old guy or anything like that.
I call you an elder statesman.
I love the way he can still play. Talk about running it with savvy now.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. In for the score. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set, 250. Hey, tag 50 left. Hey, 22.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Set, 20.
From the gun, Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Carl Lawson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Burton. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot!
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. 23 yards on the play. Stafford now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gregory. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Set, lady! Let it go here!
To throw on second down, Stafford. And Davis has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. On first down at Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Set, 180!
Second and 10, Stafford again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Yannick Ngakoue in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be third and forever. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run with White, and he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On first down, Stafford here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there at 22. Again, it's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Thompson on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now back to throw. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Set, lady!
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught. A good pickup there, a 22.
A really well-run corner route, and what a catch as well.
And a quarterback having confidence in his receiver. They'll run. This is White into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it. This is White. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James White, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Check.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 2nd and 10, Stafford eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
22!
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford pushing his way inside the 40. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Coming left, it's Freeman. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Leopard! Detroit! 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch him now, Barney!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Over!
They'll look to throw. Sharks got it left side. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now a toss play. This is White. About 3 yards there to the 27.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90!
He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit.
They'll look to throw here. The open man is Shark. It's complete. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Now White. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James White with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis is symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Stafford now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Uncorks one for Davis. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Flush to his right. To Mixon on the check down. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
Give me radar.
Stafford looks to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Now a carry for White. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's White. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to pump the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Stafford. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Set. Red 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hurry. Zebra.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city